Welcome to my 1 minute to wow video tutorial. I want to show you some neat techniques today on how to heat emboss and eliminate some of that flyaway dust that can sometimes occur. This is using the Sweet Summer stamp set from Celebration, and I essentially embossed with white embossing powder on crumb cake. Let's see how simple this can be. First step is to use an Embossing Buddy. The Embossing Buddy, when rubbed on cardstock, you can see a little bit of the powder here, leaves just a little bit of finish that reduces the static. I also flip it over and flick a bit. I don't know if that's necessary, but it seems to me it sort of releases a little of the extra powder that can be left behind. Next, I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Powder Pal, and I've pre-stamped another piece of crumb cake cardstock with Versamark ink. It's got a sticky texture, so it works great. And I'm putting some Whisper White embossing powder on top. You can be very generous because this has a funnel at the end where I can funnel it right back into the canister when I'm all done. And then I again flick it to release any of those little extra things. I see a little tiny bit that I need to redo over here. And then I probably had a little bit of ink that I smudged here. So I try to look for any little things that I can loosen up and flick off before I heat it, because once you heat it, it's there to stay. The next tip would be when you turn on your heat tool, allow it about 5 seconds to get hot. Otherwise, you're literally blowing cold air onto a light fine powder and creating flyway. So the beauty of heat embossing, and I don't know how well it's going to show on the video, is it creates a raised finish. Love the 3D. And it also gets shiny. And there's lots of neat finishes. There's black, silver, gold. All of them will create a neat finish like this. See how much it really pops off the page once you start to heat emboss? You'll also notice that I used a wider piece of cardstock than I actually used on the card. I do that on purpose in case I have a little section that's kind of smooched. I can cut that part off when I'm trimming. So that's a little side note for you to make things look a little bit better. So that's the finished result. Thank you for joining me for my 1 minute to wow video tutorial. You can see the finished product here, and this is what we've been working on. Bye-bye.